Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. As you know, this is the AWS Zero to Master series, and basically we are focusing on the AWS cloud and services in this playlist. So if you can remember in the previous few sessions, we learned about that AWS EC2 concept. Along with that, we have been discussed a lot more on the EC2 configurations. So in the today's session, we are going to discuss about one of the another important concept called the elastic load balancer. So basically, I'm just planning to give you that multiple session for that elastic load balancer. Since we can't cover it in that a single session for the entire load balancer configuration, it will be make you more confused. So be patient. I'm sure in the end of the session, you should be get more idea about the elastic load balancer and what are the load balancer available and how we can configure the load balancer. So let us start. So before start the session, let us quickly recall that our previous videos, what are the things we have been covered. So basically, we have been started to learn about the AWS EC2. Along with that, in the user perspective, what are the way a user can connect the EC2 instance such as SSH, PuTTY, and Windows command prompt. So along with that, we have been configured that AWS security groups and how we can configure that the security group rule, as well as we have created some of the EBS volume, and we'll discuss more about that. What are the type of EBS volume available and what are the advantages? So followed by we discussed more about that encryption, how we can encrypt the EBS volume, and how we can configure that multiple ENI, and how we can attach that elastic IP and what is the use of elastic IP. So along with that, we discussed more about that EC2 AMI and the EBS snapshot and the EC2 templates. So not only this, along with that, we got discussed more about the EC2 configuration. So if you are not confident about those concepts, just look into my previous video. You should get more idea on that. So now I hope you should be have enough idea about that EC2. So let's take in some scenario in the real environment. In case if you have started working on that AWS environment, you have been created one of the EC2 instance. So basically you are deploying that one of the application server on the EC2 instance. So basically in the end user perspective, they are going to be connect those EC2 instance either HTTP or HTTPS. I am taken an example of the HTTP. So basically, it's providing the some content on the like EC2 level. So basically, we can assume we have been configured some of the elastic IP and security group so that we have been enabled some of the port, and the user basically connecting this EC2 using the elastic public IP. So basically, user can get that app content using the elastic IP. So let's take in some scenario. In case if anything happen on that application server. So basically, if anything happen, user will face the some issue. So what will happen? We can get that some escalation so that we need to be deploy that another EC2 instance, and we need to be deploy that application, and we need to be share that the elastic IP details to the user, and we have to be like ensure about that all the permission and other things. Everything we need to be do it on that another EC2 instance. So basically, it will be a very critical task, like when we are getting the escalation. So to overcome this issue, what we need to be do, we need to be like if we have any kind of highly critical workloads or any production environment, we need to be ensured that some kind of like availability as well as that highly scalable, those type of configuration we need to be ensured on that like a production level environment. So basically, to overcome this type of issue on the AWS cloud level, AWS providing that elastic load balancer. That is the one of the like concept we can get that like application level or any kind of web server. We can get that content if anything happen on that EC2 level. So we will see that one by one. What are the advantages providing that AWS and how we can configure that elastic load balancer and how we can attach that EC2 instance. So let us start. So basically, elastic load balancer means nothing but it will be automatically distribute the application traffic across the multiple targets. So that means if any one of the EC2 instance getting file, still user can access the access those application using the elastic load balancer. So backend that will be like connected with the multiple targets, so that will be provide that content. So the target means nothing but we can configure that EC2. Along with that, we can configure either that container or else that any IP. So multiple target we can configure in the multiple availability zone. So we'll take out some more example. So basically, like we have been seeing about that this basic configuration. So now we can see about that how we can configure that elastic load balancer. So basically, we are configuring that elastic load balancer. So there, what we are doing, I'm just creating a some of the EC2 instance under the US East one. This is the one of the availability zone. I'm just creating a EC2 instance. So backend, what I'm doing, I'm just connected those EC2 instance as a backend target, and the front end I'm just using that Elastic Load Balancer. So basically, if user going to be connect to the application, instead of connecting the particular EC2 instance or any group of instance, it will be going to be connect with the Elastic Load Balancer. Basically, AWS providing some of the endpoints for the Elastic Load Balancer. Using the endpoint, either we can configure that DNS, or else we can use that either we can configure the custom DNS, or otherwise we can use it that AWS DNS. So basically, this endpoint will be connect to the backend target. It will be provide the application. So let's take one more example. In case if any one of the like easy to mention, getting filed or anything happen on the east one region level, what will happen? Still, we can get that application content in the another EC2 instance. Basically, AWS Elastic Load Balancer will be validate that health step. It will be forward the traffic only to the particular healthy target. So this is the way we can get that distribute the traffic using the load balancer. Maybe if you can now you can understand what is the difference between that normal traditional scenarios and if you are configuring with elastic load balancer, how the loads will be distributed in a availability highly availability way, and we can do the scalable. So let's take one more example. In case if the entire availability zone facing some kind of disaster recovery or anything happen, what will happen? Still we can overcome the issue using that we can create a EC2 instance with another availability zone. So we can create a multiple EC2 instance. So what we can do, we can connect with the EC2 instance in the backend target. So basically this will become called as that a multi-zone. So basically, we can configure that multiple listener in that load balancer level. So what will happen if any one of the zone getting failed? Still, we can access the application server using the another availability zone. So this is the way AWS will be providing that elastic load balancer with a highly available way, and it will be distribute the traffic across the multiple targets. So not only that AWS, like if you are going to Azure and Google Cloud and VMware Cloud, everyone they are providing that load balancer to distribute the traffic to the multiple targets. So we will see it about that what are the use cases on the AWS Elastic Load Balancer, and we'll see it what are the type of load balancer available on the AWS. So let us start one by one. So basically, the use cases of that Elastic Load Balancer, it will be increase the availability of our application. That means any of the EC2 instance or zone availability zone getting file, still we can access. If the end user perspective, they can still access the application without any interruption. So basically, as I mentioned, load balancer will be monitor the health of the resources, that means that EC2 or IP. If any of the resource getting that health issue, it will be forward the traffic to the another healthy target, and it will not forward to the unhealthy target, and it will be removed based on our condition. And next point, we can create a availability zone in a multi availability zone. We can create a target in a multi availability zone so that it will be very highly available and secured way. So secure means we can configure that port on the security group level so that we can control the traffic on the security group level. So basically coming to the AWS perspective, AWS providing the different type of load balancer for the different purpose. So first one is that application load balancer, and the second one is that network load balancer, and the third one is that gateway load balancer. So in a one by one, we will see it in the upcoming session, what are the use cases and how we can configure the application and network and the gateway load balancer. Along with that, we will see it about that what are the configurations inside that load balancer, we can see it, and how we can configure the target groups and the listeners, and how we can secure that load balancer. So we will see it on that one by one. So basically, this is the basics introduction about that load balancer. So thanks for watching this channel once again, and we'll meet you in that next session with like some more detail about the load balancer.